I am very worried about Avowed right now, and not necessarily in terms of if the game is going to be good or not. Now, we've seen a lot of people obviously play the preview about 2 months ago, and they played a number of hours and actually had very positive feedback about the game. But I'm more worried about this game in terms of a commercial success, because I can't help but think that Xbox and Obsidian are completely fumbling this launch and fumbling this game in general. Remember, this game comes out in just 3 days from now, on February 13th, as well as the full release coming out on the 18th, with the 13th obviously being the early access release of the game. And I have not seen anything leading up in the last few weeks, at least, to this game that is getting anybody excited. There's hardly any hype right now, at least that's what it feels like to me, for this game releasing in literally just 3 days. Now, there's obviously a lot of different reasons here, and I'm going to go through each one, but the biggest one is that it's just being straight overshadowed by a lot of the other games that are releasing in the exact same month, and a lot of people anticipated this. I specifically talked about how this game looks like it's going to get overshadowed based on the games that are coming out around it. For example, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 just released. It has taken the world by storm. It's a critically acclaimed game. On top of that, has really stolen the narrative of gaming in general, specifically at least in the RPG genre. It's both acclaimed by the critics and the actual players who are playing this game, and in general, if you are someone interested in RPGs or you are an RPG channel, that is the game you are talking about right now. But on top of this, you still also have Civilization 7, obviously not the same RPG niche that Avowed fits within, but you have Civ 7, you had Assassin's Creed Shadows before it got delayed, you have Like a Dragon, Pirate, Yakuza in Hawaii coming out later this month, and you also have Monster Hunter Wilds, which has a beta going on right now for it, which in my opinion, I've heard even more about than Avowed, because again, Monster Hunter Wilds is one of the biggest releases of the year as well, coming out in the same month as Avowed. It is getting sandwiched between Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and freaking Monster Hunter Wilds. And I think this is just a fumble on Xbox's part. I think it should have been released a month early, and if it wasn't ready, just release it a month later. Because it's very unrealistic to expect someone, for example, who buys Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 or Civilization 7 to finish either of those games or be done playing either of those games by the time Avowed comes around. Now granted, not a ton of people are going to be playing Civilization and Avowed, I don't think. You know, strategy gamers have their strategy games they like to play. Not all of them are going to like both strategy games and RPGs, but for example, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, a game that number one is releasing earlier, number two, that is less money, $60 instead of $70, and number three, one of the most anticipated RPGs of the year that's going to take you potentially over 100 hours to actually complete, or upwards towards 100 hours to complete. There is a 0% chance 99% of people are going to be finished with that game by the time Avowed comes out. So they have to make a decision, and I'm sorry, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is the easier decision to make instead of Avowed. And then by the time most people are done playing Civ 7 or Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 or whatever it may be, you're already going to have games like Monster Hunter Wilds and Like a Dragon, Pirate, Yakuza in Hawaii coming out later on in the month. And then you're going to have to make another decision. Do we go back and play Avowed, which already may have lost its kind of like hype at launch? Or do we play Monster Hunter Wilds, for example, one of the biggest games of the entire year that is going to be releasing? And granted, not all of these games have direct crossover. I'm just giving you an example of gamers and the decisions they're going to have to make in terms of what games they might be excited for. I, for example, am excited for all of these games, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and Monster Hunter Wilds, the games that are sandwiching Avowed, are definitely the ones that I am most excited about aside from Avowed. So again, I really think Xbox fumbled the bag here. I really think they should have delayed this game a month or even released it a month early if it was ready. At least in that case, the only game you have to compete with is Assassin's Creed Shadows in March and pretty much nothing in January. Now, the next big reason is just the marketing in general, both from Xbox and Obsidian Entertainment. From Xbox's standpoint, the last trailer I've seen is the pre-order trailer that was about 40 seconds, and this was 2 months ago. And granted, their pre-orders are $70 for the base edition or like $90 to play it 5 days early access. So take that for what you will. Now on Obsidian's end, the only thing I've seen in terms of a trailer was 8 months ago when they released the story trailer. Aside from that, in the last 2 weeks or so, they have been releasing these kind of weird visual guides that are 3 minutes a piece, and definitely I don't think are going to get anybody, excited for the game, for example. They are probably nice for people that like the lore of the Pillars of Eternity universe in general, but there hasn't been anything pushing people to actually play this game in the last 2 months. The last biggest push was 2 months ago when all of the content creators talked about how they actually did really enjoy the preview of what they played in the game. And the pre-order trailer, which was from Xbox, not even Obsidian, that kind of aligned with a lot of those first impressions coming out from content creators, publications, etc. What's actually insane to me is the whole reveal of the Outer Worlds 2 before Avowed even releases, which I think kind of crushes the excitement for Avowed in a lot of ways. If you look at Obsidian's YouTube channel again, since the Avowed trailer 8 months ago, they've posted as many videos about Outer Worlds 2 as they have about Avowed. Secret Level, Outer Worlds 2 mini trailer, Outer Worlds 2 first gameplay trailer, Outer Worlds 2 sneak peek. These were all in the only things they've posted within the last 8 months before they did the Avowed visual guides that, again, they have posted within the last 2 weeks. So they've posted almost as many videos for the Outer Worlds 2, a game that doesn't even have a confirmed release date, than they have for Avowed, the game that is coming out this week with early access releasing again in 3 days. Now granted, there are people reviewing Avowed right now. The embargo is going to lift on the 13th, so we're going to get a huge surge on the release day of this game, or the early access release day of this game, a huge surge of hype and discussion around this game in general. That will definitely help out a lot. Hopefully, we're going to get a launch trailer. Usually you get one at least the week leading up to the release date, but I haven't seen anything there. We definitely need another trailer. I'm just surprised they haven't been pushing this game everywhere. I've seen hardly any ads for this game anywhere I look, and I'm specifically someone who definitely would be targeted for Avowed ads. I've made many videos on it in the past. I've talked about it on social medias. I don't know how I'm not getting targeted for these ads unless these ads just don't really even exist. And again, this is coming from somebody who actually thinks the game is going to be good. I am genuinely excited for Avowed. I like Obsidian Entertainment. I like a majority of their games. I think they're a pretty damn good studio, and I think a lot of what we've already seen from Avowed looks very good, and trustworthy content creators have also, granted they've gotten previews, which immediately already makes them a little bit biased, but have also said that they've enjoyed what they've played so far of the game. So in no way am I trying to say that I think this is going to be a bad experience. I'm just definitely worried about the game's commercial success and the game actually making a good amount of money and having a good amount of players, because I genuinely do think Xbox and Obsidian have dropped the ball here, at least leading up to release. We're going to have to see what happens when it releases, when it gets reviewed and content creators talk about it. The biggest thing that this game needs to do is be a very good game. If it's a very good game, people will gravitate towards it. They will play it either now or later down the line. They'll come back and play it, and it will be a success. However, I just think the marketing for this game, releasing it sandwiched between other gigantic experiences, was not a good idea and actually easily avoidable in a lot of ways. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Let me know down below what you think about this. Have you actually seen a lot for this game that I just might not have seen in the avenues of the internet that I'm currently in? Or have you not really seen a lot about this game and nothing to get you hyped up as well? It kind of similar to me here. Do you agree with the release timing in terms of being mid-February, or do you think they should have either moved it up or pushed it back depending on if it was ready or not? This is a very big year for Obsidian Entertainment in general, because they have this game and the Outer Worlds 2 supposedly dropping later this year as well. So this game being successful is a very big telltale sign on what is to come for Obsidian later this year. So I definitely want to hear what you guys think down below in the comments. Again, thank you for watching the video. If you're new to the channel and you like gaming news, gaming reviews for specifically RPGs, but other genres as well, and you did like the video you see here, please like the video and subscribe for more content like this. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.